Hello again, my friends. This is Mike here, and I wanted to create a audio recording tonight that I'm going to be calling Your Divinity is Always the Answer. And what I wanted to speak about was your divinity within you is always the answer to any question you have, any worry or doubt or fear, anything that you could ever worry about. The answer to it is your higher self. And we all know that that sounds nice, but in reality, when you're out in the world and things are crazy and things are happening, it's not that easy to embody the wisdom of that you are your higher self. But what I wanted to talk about in this video is that your higher self can always connect to you extremely easily whenever you learn to allow it to connect with you and not try to connect with it. Because you can have so many preconceptions about what connecting with your higher self will be like. And those preconceptions just block so much energy and so much light from entering your body, because your higher self sees those things and it's not a vibrational match to that. Because whenever you have those ideas about how to connect to your higher self and the way you think it should be, which could be clairvoyance or clairaudience or clairsentience, whatever it is that you imagine, those things that you imagine are hiding places. And your divinity does not want to manifest experiences in your reality that perpetuate the things that your small self wants. Because your divinity always wants greater things for you than what you can imagine as your smaller, separate self. Your divinity always wants to push the bar and be so much more than what you imagine it could be. Because your higher self is literally the singularity of the entire, not only the physical universe, but the mental universe, the emotional universe, the spiritual universe. Every divine being in the universe shares the same consciousness. We all share that same consciousness. So if you were to imagine a being like, say like an archangel, or a just incomprehensibly evolutionarily advanced star being from Andromeda or Sirius or any of those places, if you imagine them trying to connect to their higher self, and that's just so funny because they could not do that. You can't try to connect to your higher self. You set an intention, and then your higher self reaches through the intention and just expands what you had imagined in a space of desire to be of loving service, and expands it infinitely. Because you're kind of biased by what you have experienced about your higher self. As in, like, you expect more of that, and you think that future experiences of becoming your higher self have to be contained within that frame of reference. And that can be so limiting. Your higher self can connect to you in infinite ways through synchronicities in the outer world, or powerful tactile feelings of energy moving through your body. It could be just an overwhelming sense of self-love shining from within you like a star. It can be so many different things. And your divinity is always the answer, because connecting to your divinity kind of bypasses any doubt or problem or uncertainty, question that you can have. Because any of those things are kind of just a distraction, you thinking that you need something else to become worthy once again of your higher self. Your higher self is it's already there. It's already encompassing the thing that you think you need to connect to it. So when you desire an experience or an answer to a question, or you're very connected to a particular circumstance occurring in the way you want it to, you're desiring your higher self, because your higher self is all that is. So that all that is encompasses the little piece of the all that is that you're imagining that you want. So it's not wrong to want those things. But whenever you want the little things, your higher self see the infinitely wise version of you that is who you truly are in spirit. It sees that as a hiding place where you're desiring something to keep hiding from your own divinity and your own worthiness in that small little creation. And worthiness, to be a creator, means that you are desiring to create these things, but not from a space of needing that thing to be complete. Reconnecting to your higher self, knowing that your divinity is always the answer, means creating as that completion. And it's so simple. It's so simple. Because that is the only thing you could ever be, is your higher self. When you imagine you're anything else, you're kind of just putting up a wall between you and the light within you. And that light is everything. So when you have a desire, you're desiring the light. You're desiring an aspect of the light. And that aspect of the light is kind of like you as a physical being. You're an aspect of the light. So if you were to contemplate inwardly and meditate on being able to desire yourself as an aspect of the light, can you desire yourself as an aspect of the infinite creative power of your higher self? Desiring yourself to feel whole. Like once you attain the aspect of who you are, the only you in all of the universe, will you feel complete and whole once you attain who you are? To be created in the image of the divine means that you're an aspect of the divine. And you don't stay there forever. You continue to desire further aspects of the divine, the all that is. But when you know who you are in spirit, when you know that you are worthy of the divine I am within the center of your heart, you can create as an aspect of the divine, further aspects of the divine, and desire new experiences, new creations, new ideas, new possessions, physical possessions, from a state of pure completion and being one with your own divinity. Your divinity is always the answer. It's always the answer. And if you can learn to desire yourself the way you are, and desire what your divinity desires for you, that is the holy grail of being able to remember and embody yourself as a powerful creator. It's funny, when you remember your divinity remembers you. So are you remembering your divinity? Or are you your divinity remembering you? I would like to say that you're both. Both are divine, and they are rapidly becoming closer and closer together once again. So your divinity is always the answer. To be a creator means to create as everything, to create as the infinite field of consciousness, not to prove to yourself that you're good enough, or to get the self-worth of having the thing you want. Just remember that your divinity is already the everything, the all that is, and it dwells within the desires and the things you want. You don't actually want those things. You want the feelings of power and of freedom and love and compassion and intimacy and worthiness. That is your higher self that dwells within those ideas that you think you want. That is what you really want. And that is why your divinity is always the answer. Not sometimes, not now and then, but whenever you are having an inner conflict and an issue, remember that your divinity is always the answer, because your divinity knows what you want whenever you don't, whenever you are confused and upset and angry. Your divinity still knows what you want, and it's still the answer. So learning to completely just, you could use the word surrender if you want. You could use the word lift, commend what you have, everything you are, everything you want, everything I am, to your higher self. You can let your higher self take command of all of that. And being able to have such a powerful sense of faith that your higher self is orchestrating everything in your life so perfectly and magnificently beyond your human ability to plan and prepare and act and make choices. Beyond that, there's such an inconceivable perfection of light and love at work in everyone's life that it just completely is beyond all rational comprehension. And whenever you can surrender yourself to that perfection of love within you, that's when you know that your divinity is the answer. You are the answer. We are the answer. I am the answer. I am. Self-identification as your holiness is and always will be the answer. And that is the answer to humanity's issues with self-destruction, self-destructive behaviors, destroying the earth for resources, and trying to limit and control consciousness out of fear and unworthiness coming from the darkness that seeks to control the light. Our holiness is the answer. Humanity's holiness is the answer. And so, I thank you for listening to this transmission. This has been a very, very special, sacred transmission about your holiness being the answer no matter what, and how to create as that holiness, and how to realize it's already perfectly manifesting in your life as your higher self in just inconceivable perfection. And so I bow to the holiness within you as the supreme divine radiance that is the very essence of all things in existence. And I'd like to leave you with a affirmative prayer and invocation of the I am presence. This is a very simple, very direct invocation that just uses the two words I am in slightly different ways, and then it introduces attributes of the I am, attributes of the light, to just very directly align your consciousness to those divine qualities through your self-identification affirmation of I am. And part of this is from Blossom Goodchild and the Federation of Light transmissions, and it's also expanded a little bit more with some of my own ideas. But the very first part is from Blossom and Federation of Light. So with that, I'm going to leave you with this, and I wish the highest blessings upon you. Thank you for listening. I am the light. I am the love. I am the truth. I am. I am the light. I know the light. I feel the light. I love the light. I speak the light. I think the light. I hear the light. I see the light. I serve the light. I embody the light. I manifest the light. I serve the light. I radiate the light. I am the sovereignty of the light. I am the immortality of the light. I am the inconceivable perfection of the light. I am the mystery of the light. I am the miracle of the light. I am the coming of the light I am. The power of the light protects me. The love of the light enfolds me. The glory of the light shines through me, and I am the light in all ways. I am the light I am. And so it is.